Hello! Welcome back to Scrap Garden. So, I might have had a bit of trouble with the last boss, but well, I assume it's the last boss. So I'm gonna try again. It was like 2 AM when I took on the boss, so I got a little volatile. I'm sure I can find a way to beat it. Ah. This battle feels like an afterthought.
Stop talking nonsense. Pale green crystals will never give us such power. Our strength lies in unity and centralized control. Ha ha ha! You pathetic tin can. Your crazy talk is getting me weary.
Why is he suddenly evil?
Of your past endeavors, I'm not going to melt you down. I will take your insides out and then put you in a museum where you belong.
Okay.
I'll make you a hero that you are. Take it now.
Wait, what? What the fuck? What is that? What? Where's... There's no more rocks. Okay. Oh. Ow. This is... I don't like this. Fuck. He doesn't start over, does he? Okay, phew. It hurts me too. In fact, I think it hurts me more than it hurts you, which is not fair. The time constraint is making it even harder. Of course. This is really crappy. Ah, this is shit. This is not a challenge. This is an unfair battle. This game is not equipped with the kind of programming that you require for these kinds of battles. It's like they're trying to rip off Zelda games, but without the actual Zelda gameplay mechanics. See, I keep barely missing him because His hitbox is shit. I don't care what kind of robot he is, having bombs go off on his legs should damage him. I can't... Oh, fucking hell, and the camera keeps getting stuck in the trees and stuff. I can't... How am I supposed to aim my shots with this camera? This is terrible. Fucking stop! There's too many. I can't even grab one. Finally. Ah, fuck. I got myself cornered.
What a
Finally.
tiresome worm. You're making me go back on my word and crush you. No!
A deafening explosion jolted the air. And then there was silence. Only science and no dreams this time.
So we died.
Suddenly, Canny felt a strange tingling sensation deep inside. This warm feeling was slowly overwhelming his whole body. The green crystal was
took the green crystal.
miraculously still inside his body, and now was filling him with something he had never known before.
It's not miraculous, I stole it.
The world around him all over again. Its breathing, its harmony, and the music of its existence. And for the first time in his life, he was a part of it.
Okay. That's it? Okay, how did he become a part of nature? Okay, you guys need to play test your games more, like a lot more. Especially the ending. The game was not bad by any means, but the lack of explanation, the constant change of gameplay mechanics without any explanation, any hints, going way too fast into these new mechanics. And like, having this ending that I guess it must have been rushed. That's the only thing I can see, is that it was rushed. Was this like a school project and they had to hurry and finish so that they could make the due date? Cause this wasn't tested enough, and it wasn't well thought out. Like, the story made sense, but the mechanics kept changing, and that did not make sense. And then the ending, the last battle, you're expected to do something that you don't have the mechanics to do. Unless I missed something, I didn't find any way to lock on the target. Like, you'd see these kinds of battles in like Ocarina of Time, or like in Wind Waker, but you always had a way to target, and that's how you were able to throw the things on the big boss and damage it. So this game was not bad, but yeah, it should have been better thought out, and it should have stuck to simpler mechanics, not changed all the time. And when it had to change the mechanics, it should have either given you the time to experiment with them, or given you an explanation, like on the rail tracks in their minecart thing. I didn't know what to do. Like, you can lean on the sides, but I've been falling off of platforms, so I didn't want to fall off. So I didn't know I could lean. And then I learned I can lean, but then there's the obstacle of a pipe that you can run into and die. So you have to lower yourself. And to go down, from the way he was sitting in the cart, I thought I had to press forward so it would lower his head forwards. But no, you had to press backwards, which in realistic movements would be sitting up, which would cause him to hit the pipe. But you had to press down to get down. So yeah, from the back view like that, it was confusing. I've seen sections like that in, for example, Donkey Kong Country, I think it was, or 2 or 3, I don't remember the number. But you would have sections like that, except they were seen from the side. So when you saw someone from the side and you wanted them to get down, you would press down. So that made sense. But from the back, if I press down, I feel like they're gonna sit up because I'm pulling them back. I'm not pulling them down. If I want them to crouch down, I would be pressing up so that they lean forward. Maybe that's just me, but it didn't make sense to me, and it would have been better if I was given an example of what I could do. I didn't see one on the screen, and there was no practice round, and there was no time to learn what I could do. Like in a better game, like a Donkey Kong Country, you would be given some, like there would be a progression. You would be given time to mess with the controls and stuff before it kept getting faster. Here the section was very short, and everything felt very rushed, and it got very fast very quickly, and that was very frustrating. And again, the last boss, it was like from another genre of game entirely, and that was weird and frustrating, because it's like, imagine if suddenly you were in a first-person shooter, but you were playing Mario jumpy games, you know? It's jarring, very jarring. I think all of these problems could be fixed very simply, like if you are given more information when the controls change, and if the area was much larger, like in a Zelda game, and if you had some way to aim much better, like to lock on to the enemy, so that you don't keep throwing the rock just a centimeter next to the robot. It should have, honestly, it should have hit. A lot of times it should have hit his arm or something. That should have counted as a hit. And again, like I said just before the ending, like if a bomb goes off at his feet, that should count, because I don't care that it's not his weak point, it's still damaging to a robot, right? If the bomb is big enough to damage him as a robot, actually his tiny extremities should be even more sensitive, shouldn't they? So yeah, that didn't make much sense to me, so... But the game wasn't bad. The story was interesting. It's just that these little hiccups are really frustrating when you're playing the game, because it's like you're playing the game and suddenly someone runs in and changes your controller in your hands without asking and without telling you where the buttons are allocated now. It's weird and it's not fun. But the game itself is pretty fun, and the story is interesting, so, you know, I don't regret playing it. I just wish that these kind of issues had been ironed out before the game was released. Because I think it could have been a great game if it had just been a bit playtested a bit more and thought out a bit more in those sections. So yeah, if you want to experience it for yourself, there should be a link in the description, as usual. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you want to keep up with updates, you can subscribe. And if you want to check out the game I was playing, there should be a link in the description below. Thank you and see ya!